Thank you so much, Matsapelo and Thabo. Well, the Land Summit for the KZN province is still underway here at Coastlands in Durban. What we've seen in the morning was that there was a very lengthy opening remarks that were done by Mike Mabuyakulu, where he elaborated for all that are present here the status quo, and also further gave a brief or a detailed rather analysis of the data, the current data in terms of who holds how much land as it currently stands right now. And it was something that got a very intense response from the audience, especially when he was explaining in terms of white ownership of land as well as Indians, Coloureds and Africans, of which he explained that the Africans are at the bottom of the list, and that was something that was received intensely by the audience. But furthermore, Sihle Zikalala also gave a purpose or explained the purpose for the summit, where he explained that at this summit they are not going to engage on Ingonyama Trust, they are not going to engage about land that is in the township, because at this point in time they are more interested in the commercial land that could be economically beneficial to the black people of South Africa, which are the majority of the country. They want that land, not the land that is already in the hands of Africans, actually explaining that the Ingonyama Trust, or the land that is Ingonyama Trust is the custodian of, is the land that is already within the blacks, and it's something that they are not even going to talk about. But interestingly enough, on that point, other media houses were asking on the sidelines that aren't you now, as the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, changing your tune in terms of your stance in the land expropriation without compensation, because there were those threats of that people are not going to vote in 2019 if ever the Ingonyama Trust is disbanded, or in fact is dismantled. And he said that they have never had any issues with Amakosi as well as the king in KwaZulu-Natal. They enjoy very nice relationships with them, because every input that they get from them, they take it very seriously, and they make sure that they add it in whatever that they are discussing. Hence, even today, the chiefs are also invited to come and engage, because today they are going to come up with resolutions or recommendations from the KwaZulu-Natal that are going to be submitted at a later stage. But also, when they are going for those public hearings, they are going to involve the chiefs as well as many other stakeholders like the scholars. He also mentioned that there is also a JL Dube Institute from the University of KwaZulu-Natal that will be participating in these discussions today to ensure that they get views from different stakeholders. They also invited those that are involved in agriculture to ensure that they also get their views in terms of what they think should happen when this land expropriation without compensation is actually taking place. So it's not only the African National Congress that is going to partake in these discussions, but also other relevant stakeholders have been invited to also give their views.
Now, Nomisa, it's actually quite interesting the fact that they've decided to steer away from talking about the Ingonyama Trust, which we all know has become quite a hot topic, if you will, over the past few days, and especially given the fact that it forms such a critical part of the much broader picture here.
Well, indeed, Thabo, but he also mentioned that with them not having to speak about Ingonyama or the land which the Ingonyama Trust Board has been the custodian of, it emanates from the fact that it is part of that 13% that is already in the hands of the black majority, of which at this point in time they are looking at the rest of the land, not the land that they already own as black people, but also the fact that they've never had any issue issues with Ingonyama or the king himself, because he also advises them on many other issues. But he also mentioned another point where he said that those that are saying the high-level panel report, they are taking it as something that it has been concluded or a final decision of government. It's something that is not true. It is still an ongoing government process. It is still going to be engaged on in Parliament. It is not finalized. So people should not jump the gun and think that everything has been finalized. It's still in a process. But he also took a bit of a slash in terms on the high-level panel itself, saying that when they came to KwaZulu-Natal, they never engaged with the legislature, they never engaged with the executive council, they also never engaged with traditional leaders, so they don't know where whatever information that they say is from KwaZulu-Natal, they got it from, because all the people that the high-level panel was supposed to engage when they got to KZN, they never even met with any of them. Even the chiefs that are here today, Contralesa was saying that they never even engaged them, so they don't know all the conclusions about KZN that the high-level panel has, where exactly they got them from. But he says it's not something that they will be angry about, because perhaps it is their way of doing things, or perhaps for them it was not important to engage all these spheres of government or all these relevant people that are supposed to be engaged, or where they feel are supposed to be engaged. Perhaps the high-level panel does not work in that way.
Well, Nomusa, thank you so much for those details. Zafra Wolf, your reporter, Nomusa Pongola, joining us live now from KwaZulu-Natal, where the African National Congress is currently holding a land summit.